But first, let's get to Stephanie Haynes live in Florida. She's been there near Tallahassee. Where are you this morning, Stephanie?
We are in hard-hit Perry, Texas, and this is just a snapshot of some of the damage that we have seen around town. Now, Perry is at least 10 miles in from the coast, so they got some flooding, but mostly it is just this damage here that you're seeing, the force of the storm ripping off the sheet metal from buildings. Governor DeSantis was here yesterday, right in this parking lot where I'm standing, just talking to reporters, surveying the damage and talking to people. And around town, what he would see is trees down like this, debris all over the roads, power lines down. It was pitch dark when we got here because there's such a lack of power. Also sheet metal from this building here, and plenty of homes with roofs ripped off, and much of the damage to windows and screens and doors. I spoke to one business owner, third generation hardware store owner, meaning his grandfather built the hardware store, passed it on to his dad, and passed it on to him. Completely destroyed. And he rode out the storm in his father's home, but he had employees who stayed behind back at the hardware store because they thought it was the safest place to be. Here's a listen.
We had half of our crew stayed up here, thought it was the safest place to be, and turns out it really wasn't. So
how did they describe it to you?
They said within 10 seconds everything was done.
And Marky, here's the thing. That sort of sounds like what people say when a tornado comes through, and that's what Davis told me he thinks it was. He thinks maybe a tornado spun up during this hurricane, or right off the eye wall of the hurricane that came, looks like it came right here through Perry, and just drilled a path right through his store and so many other people's homes. That is something the National Weather Service will have to figure out. But in the meantime, people here are really going to have to spend the next few days cleaning up, including Davis. He vows that he is going to give people all the supplies that are left over from his destroyed store to the people who need it, because he said there are so many people in town here who don't have roofs and need it to stay in their homes. Marky.
Wow, what a heart of a servant. We know it's a long road to recovery for these communities. Thanks for giving us kind of a lay of the land there in Perry, Florida. Stephanie Haynes, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.